This is the 1959 standard modernist bowl. As you can see, it has the same basic shape as the 1930s version of it, except it's just probably a little bit wider in the front. And the bowl is a little bit deeper in the back. And I believe this was an upgrade or a design change probably made in the 1940s, which eventually stayed with this toilet. Up until today, I was not clear about the date this toilet was made. I finally, when I cleaned off the wax on the bottom of it, the remnants of it, I actually found a date, September 23rd, 1959, so that indeed verifies that it's newer for this kind of bowl. And you can see you have this support piece right here, which was absent in the 1930s version of it, and the back seems a little bit angled a little bit more. The quality of this bowl is lacking compared to the old 1930s version. There is some roughness in here. Very poor glazing. Some more of it here. And the bowl is much lighter. And you see just the word standard in blue, parked up near the edge of the bowl rather than in the center where standard modernist used to be stamped. I'm now going to turn the bowl over so you can see underneath. This is the underside of the 1959 modernist bowl. You can see now that the protruding horn is gone and it is now flush with the base. Still a very wide trapway opening. Made in the USA, how many can say that these days? And I don't know if you can see it, but there is the date stamp, September 23rd. Well, it's upside down. September 23rd, 1959. There's some numbers stamped in. Something that looks like R4. And there is Lucky 13 embossed in here. This is not stamped, it's actually embossed. It stands right up. The original modernist bowls and older toilets like the Compact and the Compton that I have installed here was solid, and you can see how they hollowed this out, all in an attempt to save materials. I mean, who can blame them? But they could have done a better job with the blemishes and with the flush on this one, as you will see later when I hook it up. I put the 1959 modernist bowl next to the 1950 standard Compton, which is currently installed. So you can see how they look side by side. Very similar. Minor differences, but very similar. course, the trapway in the modernist is a little bit wider than that in the Compton. However, the Compton was probably mint condition compared to this modernist, so I'm going to flush this one. I want you to pay attention to the flush and compare it to what you're about to see with the modernist. As you can see, that is the Compton and modernist flush that we all know. This one will be a little bit different. The 1959 modernist bowl has been installed on the test station, matched up to a 40-50 tank. Looks like we finally have a match set. Something you're not going to see here very often. Now ready to turn on the water. This toilet is featured in my second slideshow of forward trap toilets, and that slideshow featured only the modernist, the earlier version of it, and this. The tank is full. And now we're ready for the first flush. I want you to look carefully at the jet when I flush this and compare it to what you saw in the Compton that I shot a few moments ago. Did you notice that it is misdirected and veers a little bit to the left instead of straight into the trapway? I never had a problem with it functioning with the misdirected jet, but it's just a quality flaw that I don't like. Here's a flush featuring the jet and the trapway close up. You could see that jet shooting to the left quite well in that shot. Here is a side shot. And a shot from the opposite side. Now the 1959 standard modernist will attempt to flush a bowl full of leaves and stems. Here goes. I almost thought they weren't all going to go down, but apparently they did. You see, if that jet had been positioned in the center where it was supposed to have been, those leaves would have gone down a lot easier. I now end this video of the 1959 Standard Modernist. Vintage Toilets Vermont thanks you for watching and hopes you enjoyed.